Tom here from Metalloud, and welcome to another 1 year later review. This time we're looking at Marietta's As It Were. Now, this album is a perfect example of why I do these 1 year later reviews. This is an album that when I originally reviewed, I was definitely into it, I definitely enjoyed it, but nowhere near as much as I do now. This is something that's really grown on me, and I liked everything about it. I knew I was kind of interested in it, but I wasn't super into it. I thought it was an album that after a year I was going to think, it was good, but it hasn't really stuck with me or anything like that. And the opposite is true. I mean, these songs have really just kind of taken root in my head, and I always have them on my playlist. Definitely songs like Pony Up and Beater are always on there. They kind of got these upbeat indie rock feel, but a lot of times the lyrical content gets very emotional and dark, and it's something that I really like that they did with it. You have a ton of emotionally charged lines on here, like lighting my lighter in my pocket just so I know I'm still here, and I really just like this album a lot. It's a lot of fun, and it's really unfortunate that at the point I kind of realized how much I liked this album, the band actually broke up. They're unfortunately no longer with us, and I never got a chance to actually see them. I did actually get a chance to buy every copy of their albums, not every copy, but one copy of each of their albums. But I mean, judging by this album especially, and they really kind of went out on a high note. There's just so much into this to unpack. I mean, the guitar work on here is fantastic. It's that indie rock that kind of borderlines on math rock, where these interesting time signatures, and I really like that about this. It really kind of makes it a bit funky, and it's definitely just something that's really stuck with me, and I definitely have enjoyed it. Me and indie rock have kind of had a rough relationship, as I've mentioned in a few of my videos, where I didn't really start kind of getting into the more emotional emo rock stuff until later on, and this album kind of is one where, again, I went into it expecting not to really like it, so I think I didn't like it as much as I realized I would until later on in listening to these. But I know I keep going back to that, but that's really how I feel about this album, especially a year later, that my love for this album has really grown. I mean, if you haven't heard it, give these guys a chance. I mean, again, unfortunately they're no longer with us, but it's an excellent album. I love every moment of this album. There's really nothing bad about this. There's nothing that I've sat down and said, okay, well, maybe I don't like this song as much as this, or this part isn't really that great. It's just packed full of great moments here. The vocal work's fantastic on here as well. You have some moments where you have the clean vocals, like screaming in the back, but not like screaming like you would in metal or anything. It's just great to listen to. So again, if you haven't given a chance to Marietta's As It Were, just definitely pick this album up if you can, listen to it, find some way, and enjoy it.